Hello everyone, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. So we're going to continue with our series from PAPERCRAFT Society Box 45. This fabulous pack, I absolutely love it. I have to be honest with you guys, when I saw it I thought, oh, not another flower pack. We've already had 2 of those and they were fabulous too, but when I opened it and looked at the contents, it's different. It's not like every other flower pack that you see. It's different. It's really great and I absolutely love it. So today I'm going to be focusing on the stencils because I know some of you have had problems with them. I've had problems with them too. Now I have to let you know here so that I don't get comments. Well, I expect I will, but that's all right. I probably won't be using them in the way that this wonderful designer intended, but I've just found a way of using them which is easier. So I'll show you what I've done with them to make life a bit easier. Well, maybe it looks more confusing, I'm not sure. But if you look at them, there'll be one section here. Well, I've put it in the top where there's no stencils at all. It's just plain plastic, and I've put that in the top right-hand corner, and I've marked the word top. So if you have this plain bit at the top right and mark it top, you'll know that that's the top. And if you look at them, it mirrors these images, and it's easier to see which is which. So that's what I've done, and I'm not using this one today. As you can see, I've got my markers in it, so I have been playing with it, and I probably will again. But I'm going to show you an easy way to use them, or an easy way for me anyway, just focusing on this one. And the other way that makes it different is I'm not going to be using ink pads. I'm going to be using alcohol markers or coloured pens. So any coloured pen will do. The only reason I've put the stencils on here is to make it easier to see. If I put it on white, you won't see it. Well, not terribly well anyway. So I'm going to show you my way of using this fabulous stencil set. So what I'll do first, I'll just get that to one side. And then, actually, I better bring the stencil back, haven't I? Oh dear. Saturday morning. No, it's not morning, is it? It's afternoon now. Oh, well, never mind. So what I've done is I've taken a mid-tone pink, and I'm going to use this one, I think, this flower here. So I'm going to lean on this. This book you can see just in the corner. That's got some measurements on it because we'll need those in a minute. So if I put that right in the middle, and then you can see what I'm doing, hopefully. So I've used this before, so it's lifted a bit, but that's all right. So what I've done with this, I'm not quite sure what the traditional way of using stencils are, but I always have my own way of doing things. If there's a right way and a wrong way to do something, you can guarantee I'll find the wrong way of doing it. But I think in crafting, there's no such thing as right and wrong. You do what's right for you, and I should have found a different pen because this one's about to run out. In fact, I am going to find a different pen too, excuse me. I've got one right here, it's okay. So I'll carry on, and I'll use a darker pen. So we're going to carry on. We're going to carry on. So this one's nice and juicy. The other one I've used so much, and I'm just filling in the gaps, really. I'm just colouring with my pen. I keep calling them alcohol pens. They're not alcohol pens, actually. They're the Faber-Castell Pitt pens. They're not alcohol pens, but they are artists' pens. They're actually drawing pens, but they're great for colouring as well. So I'm just going to go in all of these gaps here, all the open gaps. You could also use this particular stencil to draw the outline. So if you wanted to make it into more of a painting, you could use it, just draw around the edges rather than fill in the middle. And then use your colouring medium to do a painting. So you could do that. They're so versatile. The only limit on any stencil or any crafting project, really, is your imagination. So you can look at the book. I have to say, I have looked at the book that came with this pack, but I haven't looked to see how you're supposed to use, or how the designer has used the stencils. So I'm quite sure she hasn't done it like this. But that's all right. As long as it turns out the way you like it, and you're pleased with the result, then it's not wrong. So this is the way I'm doing it. So what I've done, I almost forgot this big petal here. I love these petals, they're really good. I really must go into town next time I'm in and buy myself some new pens, because these ones are rapidly drying out where I use them so much. I was going to do it in watercolour, but I thought I'd probably make a mess. But I might do one day. I'll be brave and do it in watercolour. So we've done it like that, and then what I did, so this is definitely not the traditional way of doing it. When you take it away, you're left with gaps. So what I did with the gaps, I took a darker pen and I just, without a stencil, I went in between the gaps with my darker pen. And here, all you've got to do is just do a little swirl. It's not difficult. So you don't even have to be able to draw. So all I did was I went in the middle. So we'll just... When I say speed this up, I don't mean speed up the film. I don't do that. I mean colour a bit faster. I never edit my videos because I think it's a lot more effective if you can see what I'm doing. Might take a bit longer, but at least you know how it's done. So that's what I mean. When I say speed up, I don't mean speed up the film. I mean go a bit faster. So then what I do is I have the palest tone that I've got. This is the palest pink I've got in my pen set. And I just used it as a blender. And so you're going to get different areas that are blended in slightly different tones, but that's okay. So that's how I used it. I'm sure that's not how you're supposed to do it or how it was intended to be done, but that's how I've used it. And you get a really colourful picture and a really colourful flower. And so what we're going to do now we've done that, I actually quite like that effect. Whether or not you're supposed to do it like that, I quite like that effect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I've used this basic technique to make a card. So I'll just move this out of the way, put that right out of the way. Oh, sorry about that. I've got a 5x7 card stock or card base, and I've done this technique all the way around my card, all the way around the edge like this. I haven't put it in the middle. There's a very good reason for that. You're not going to see it. So I've done that with my pens. Obviously it's a different colour because my pen ran out. Then you need your first mat, which will be 6.5 by 4.25. And I've used the bright pink. And on the back, I've got some foam tape, which I'm going to very quickly, or as quickly as I can anyway, take the backing tape off. I hope it doesn't tear. It's supposed to be easy peel, so if you keep it low, it should come off in one piece. She says hopefully. Then I'm going to turn that over. Actually, I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to put some glue stick on it so that it gives me a bit more time. All this does is it stops it from grabbing instantly. So it doesn't really do anything to it apart from it gives you a little bit more time. So I'm going to just pop that in when I think it's in the middle, and I think it is. So I'm going to lay that down there. That's why I didn't do anything in the middle, because once you pop this down, you can't see it. So we now need another stenciled mat, or a stenciled mat, which measures 5.5 by 3.5. And again, I've just done around the edge in exactly the same way. And this time, I am going to glue it. I'm not going to use foam tape. This time, I'm just going to use some strong glue stick. You can use tacky glue if you wish. And I'm just going to make sure we get those glues right in those edges. And we're going to stick it down like that. So again, line it up. With glue, of course, you've got a bit more room. Or more time, I should say, not necessarily more room. So then you've got that bit there, and you've got a nice layering bit coming up. And then I've got one more mat, which is 3 by 5. And again, I've got this on with foam tape. So, oh, that came back to meet me. Get off. So we'll just quickly take that off. And so this is once you've done all your stenciling, whichever way you want to do it, you put it together and it goes together really quickly. So we're going to pop that in the middle like that. Now we're not going to do any more layers. What I've done now, I've picked one of those fabulous papers in the pack. We've got lovely papers in this pack. It was difficult to know which one to do because they're all lovely. But what I've done is I've taken one paper and cut 2 of the flower images out because I like them. I didn't know which ones I liked the best, but I've picked 2 anyway. And what I'm going to do, again, I'm just going to put some glue on the back, and I think my glue stick's about to run out, but we should just about get away with it for this video. And I'm going to put one that way, and I'm going to put one that way. The reason I paused for a minute, I thought I'd lost my sentiment, but I haven't. I've just seen it. I thought, oh, has it gone on the floor? But no, we're okay. We're doing good. So that glue stick's just about had it now. I'm going to put that one that way, so it sort of mirror images it. And then I've taken this wonderful sentiment from one of the other paper packs. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to use a piece or a strip of red liner tape or red runner tape. You can use red liner tape if you want. And all I'm going to do is run it across that bit there. I'm not going to take it any further. So I'm going to run it across there. It's easier to do that than putting it on here because you've got a firmer base because of all those layers. And it says, have an amazing birthday. So I'm just going to lay that down there. Could have put those flowers a little bit further apart. Actually, I could probably pull them apart. Yeah, we can. Wonderful. So, but do you know what? I think I won't because it'll, oh, that's fine. We can leave it like that. So if I bring that up, lift it slightly. If you've got it on, if you put it on with glue, you've still got time to rearrange them. So we'll have it slightly over the top, only slightly though. So there you go. I should stop messing about now and leave it alone. And all of the measurements that I mentioned will be in the description box below this video. So you won't have to worry about remembering them or dashing to find a piece of paper. They'll all be there. So there we go, guys. There is our layered stencil card. And when you come back next time, I'm going to be using a different element, but we're not going to do a layered, no more layering this time. We've done 3 layers now, is it? Layered projects. I'm going to do something, as they say, completely different. I'm going to use one of the others, another fabulous image from, or element from the box, but I'm going to use it in a different way. Of course, it's me. What else would I do? So I'll be back very soon with another project and something completely different. So please do come back and join me for that. And if you've enjoyed this video and you're not a subscriber, please do hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and you'll never miss another video from me. And I'll see you very soon. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a fabulous time. Enjoy the sunshine if it's sunny when you are. And whatever the weather is where you are, have a great weekend and a great time. And I'll see you soon. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Do take care, have fun, and as always, happy crafting. Bye bye for now.